Okay, I am sick of the paint not sticking properly to the 3D print, so I made these test swatches. So half of them you can see due to the light diffraction. This is sanded, this is unsanded, but printed in the yeah those are the layer lines. This is printed in the XY axis with some failed ironing, but the bottom is also sanded. So I sanded the bottom of two of these. I will cover half of it in painter's tape and use filler primer. This one, pretty cheap, about 40k each, to coat the right size. So my plan is to test to see if fill primer is actually better at adhering paint than unpainted. So can I use the filler primer as a substitute for sanding PETG, because paint will definitely not stick to PETG, especially acrylic paint or even spray paint in some cases. So surface treatment is a must, and I want to try it out. So let's get this thing primed and painted with acrylic. Okay, after a bit of painting, this is the result that we have. This is turquoise from Montmartre, and this is printed in this layer, so like the layer lines going up, and this one is this one is printed flat like this one. And let me explain the quadrants, right? So are there even a quadrant here? Maybe I can, yeah, very vividly feel like. So this is no paint, no primer and no sanding. This is no primer with sanding. This is only primer. This is primer with sanding. And I don't know if it is visible on the camera, but there are little to no difference. The scratches are made by me, but there are like little to no difference when using primer. Yeah, when the primer and the paint came on, I don't see much of a difference, but on the lower side without the primer, the texture difference in texture is very clear. When the paint came on, and yeah, I can definitely still see and still feel the matte texture with my finger. And the big difference is in color adhesion. You see those scratches? I'm gonna use my fingernail. Barely any force to strip the paint off. This is just with sanding only. Yeah, you can already see it is a lot harder to scratch the paint, and the scratch mark isn't that much more visible. This one just bare white plastic below. This is only primer, and yeah, the difference is, yeah, it's already night and day. Of course there will be scratches because fingernails is pretty sharp, but I think when using primer you don't really need to sand the primer. So very interesting top. So like I will use the primer bottle. Now this is with the flat. The stripe you are seeing here is the failed ironing setting. So this is again without any sanding, no sanding, no primer, and it is especially easy to scratch. Yeah, same thing, but with just a bit of sanding. Actually, a bit of a white over there. With primer only. Oh, this is sharper. Standard and primer. So practically there are no difference for me after using the primer, and I think that is pretty conclusive, but I will take it one more step and use the, not sponsored by the way, the matte spray. So I will spray paint the sample with that to see the result. Just apply this thing to make acrylic paint. Let's just say it it did a number on the paint job. You can see like the color shift is very dramatic now. You can already see which one is the one with primer, and I think it did thin out the paint. Remember, this is 4 layers of paint with drying in between but no sanding. Yeah, like it kind of destroyed the surface. So like, what is the drying time for this one? 2 to 3 minutes before applying the second coat, so that is well beyond that. And it is not a gloss finish, that's for sure. I can already see the difference here, but this feels a little bit disappointing me, you know. I didn't expect a matte spray. Let's see if it can protect the unsanded portion now. Oh, it did. Yeah, it did. So I'm doing it on camera for you to see. This is print. Yeah, this is the one with the layer lines. It's like this, and yeah, the paint is, wow. Okay. Yep, the paint is protected now, and I don't know if they are marked. Yeah, it can still show mark if I dig deep enough. How about this section? Okay, it feels like the spray actually dissolve the paint under it. Definitely not a good sign. I understand the section, right? So like, it is a little bit more resistant to light scratches, but I feel like the paint under just got completely dissolved. After applying the clear coat, this is the result, you can see. And the clear coat did a much better job at protecting the surface. Sorry for sounding a bit nasal, I'm being a bit sick. Yeah, like I can even like barely scratch the uncoated surface after applying the clear coat. So it appears that the clear coat did a very good job at sealing the paint inside. And yeah, simply just primer and clear coat. The darkening was due to the matte, so I don't think clear coat have done the same. And I'm very impressed with this experiment, you see. So like barely any scratch. Of course I will have to apply the primer first because just simply handling it will make a scratch, and like it can easily, the brush stroke is sharp enough it is sharp enough to damage the paint while you are painting it. So always use the primer before painting acrylic on it. And that is my experiment for how to use acrylic paint for 3D print, especially PETG, on 2 different kind of surface. And as always, thank you for watching. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.